Okay, guys. So next up is the mountain mindset. So we've just covered there your self image, having the why, and anchoring those new that self image, that self belief, right? And those standards. So the mountain mindset is the next step because we kind of gone over the mindset element in terms of how to view yourself, how to have that self image. But now we're looking at how do you get from point A to point B, right? So starting this journey out, it is literally I've made a decision to quit porn and masturbation, right? And you're watching this course, etc. There is a certain process that you're going to need to take, right? It's going to be like climbing a mountain. There's going to be different obstacles. There's going to be different challenges. There's going to be harder parts of the mountain. There's going to be easier parts of the mountain, right? And ultimately, your end goal, and this is all hypothetical, so don't take it too seriously. But at the end goal is to quit porn and to quit masturbation, right? For good and to live a life free, aligned with your purpose, not having the need or the desire to go back to your former self. Okay, that is what the mountain mindset is, right? But the reason I brought this up is because along this process of your goal, you might make mistakes, right? And this is the thing. This is another reason why counting days doesn't work, is because when you make a mistake, it doesn't mean you're back to zero. Just like climbing a mountain. If you climb a mountain and you put a foot wrong on the journey and you fall over, it doesn't mean you go back to the start. It just means that you made a mistake and it's slowing down the time frame it would take you to get to the top of the mountain. The work that you've done in between is still valid and it's still important, right? And I think this is a mindset shift that you have to make on this journey. Otherwise, you're expecting perfection from yourself, right? You're literally expecting no one's perfect, right? Nothing is perfect. No process is perfect. Perfection, in my eyes, is actually the mistakes. The mistakes teach you more than the success, right? You either win or you learn, right? So realizing that this is a part of a journey, and if you do make a mistake, and by make a mistake, I mean if you do slip up, if you go back to the porn, if you relapse one time, it's okay. But there's a twist, right? If you make this mistake, if you relapse, and then you just go into a vicious cycle and you relapse this many more times over and over again, you do you do regress, you do go back to the start, right? And it's only when you make a mistake and you recover from it quickly does does it not really affect your journey on a bigger scale, and it actually shows more self-discipline and more proof that you can overcome this, when you do make that decision to not keep making that mistake. Okay, so that is what the mountain mindset premise is, and it goes against completely this kind of counting the days and if I fail, I'm back to the beginning. It's a completely different way to look at this process, right? So you guys, we need to install this, okay? This is a transformation of your identity and your subconscious beliefs. And having this different relationship with this is going to be really powerful, because what it does is it takes away the pressure. It takes away this kind of like, oh my God, I have to get this right first time, otherwise I'm a failure. No, not in the slightest, guys, not in the slightest. You actually have room to fail or make mistakes. You have room. Actually, it's part of the process. If you really think that you're going to give up an addiction just like that and no mistakes will happen, you're kind of not necessarily delusional, because it can be done, right? It can definitely be done, but you shouldn't expect that much of yourself, right? And you should have a level of self-love, right? This is the thing. I'm talking in this kind of not aggressive, but do you see what I mean? I'm talking in this kind of certain tonality in my voice. But you have to understand, guys, like, you have to have a level of self-love on this journey, right? You have to have a certain level of love for yourself to recognize, okay, like, firstly, congratulations, you've come onto this course and you're ready to make a change. And that automatically, you've got my respect, right? You've got my respect. But what you have to do is you have to have a level of self-love with yourself that you're going to give it everything you've got. But if you do make a mistake, that's okay. That's okay. And you're not going to beat yourself up for it. You're not going to be overly judgmental about yourself. You're not going to, bully yourself back into a negative spiral, right? An important key of this process is to maintain a positive mindset throughout. So if you do make a mistake, it's okay. It's all about recovering from that mistake as fast as possible. And when I say it's okay to make a mistake, I'm not saying, you can just go and relapse and it doesn't matter. No. I'm saying when you tried your hardest and for some reason you fell back into a negative spiral for a short period of time, then you got yourself back on track, right? That's okay. And this is why accountability is a huge factor in this, is because you need that accountability, right? That's one of the three pillars in terms of success on this journey. But we'll get to that later on. But What got you here won't get you there. And in order to achieve things we've never achieved, we must do things we've never done, right? Most men think of a mistake on this journey as a full reset back to zero. And this keeps them in a vicious cycle of guilt, frustration, and self hatred, right? The mountain mindset allows you to make mistakes on the journey and realize they are just a part of the process. This removes the pressure of guilt and importance and allows you to focus on moving forward to your ultimate goal. And this is the beauty of the mountain mindset. So I want you to install that. I want you to take this on board right now and view your journey like this, right? From this moment onwards, you are climbing a mountain, and every single step you take is counting towards the end goal you're trying to reach. So if you do slip up, if you do something wrong, you're still in the runnings, you're still in the race. The game isn't over. You haven't gone back to the start. And changing this relationship is really going to help you on this journey 100%, man. So I've seen it with all my clients.